Greetings and salutations, inmates. Tarill the Mad here again. How are you? I'm good. Hope all of you are too. What's that on my shoulder? What? Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, I forgot that happens in this mod pack when you don't have armor on. So, anyways, hi! Okay, we're here to show you some things that I've been working on. As you can see, yes, I have something on my head. Okay. Anyways, as you can see, I've been hard at work. I started taking down my fences, kind of. Here, let's see to get a better view of what's going on. And of course, gotta put my armor back on. Yay! Just so we can fly. All right. Yeah, I was having problems because I've been flying so much. I've been doing work. Here, as you can see, down there, I'm sealed off. Up there, I'm sealed off. Can't see it because of the clouds and the lava. But I slowly been either covering up or taking out carpenter blocks. It's like these that were exposed here I went ahead and made look like obsidian. So now my lava trough for my crucibles to keep my my whatchamacallit full of fuel. Tinker's furnace. Yeah, that's it. So that lava is, contained so it doesn't go everywhere. It makes more sense for it to be obsidian than it does anything else. And I've just been doing little things like that. And of course, working on getting all my stuff smelted down and melted and all that. Had to make a new weapon. I was going along doing my business and I hit the wrong button. Oh, that's my cleaver. So I had to make a new one. So it's not as good, and it gave me Bane of Arthropods. Ugh. Yeah, that's kind of what I said. But yeah, I've been working on stuff. Added some more crops. So we added cobalt, indirium, and ardite. I had to sift some netherrack that I pulverized to get the cobalt and ardite, and once I got enough to make ingots, so yeah, I pulverized them in here. And turn those into a couple of seeds, and of course having a matok in here with luck. Let's see, that one. It naturally caused these to turn from 1 or 2 into many, which is always nice. So I've been working on that. It took a lot of mana glass, and because of some problems I've talked about in other videos, I went ahead and I used creative mode to put in all this mana glass. I quickly did it for the walls, and I slowly made the ceiling. Let's see, that's my right up there, way far distance. That's my Botania platform. And the cool thing is, as soon as I close this off, I start getting slimes showing up. So I've been getting all kinds of slimes. And of course I don't have it lighted down here. So if you're using Optifine, hit F7. And see it's, all spawnable for normal mobs. Had to put this here because everything was dying. I was losing stuff. See, there's my mob spawner way up there. Oh, see, creepers coming after me. I still haven't set those to a particular metal yet. Now, to keep from having holes so that people could fly into my island, I had to block that up, which is, whoa. Go away, Mr. Creeper. Yeah, they could have flown right up that. Not good. I mean, I could have chose to completely enclose it, but then they could drown, and that's not a good thing. I don't want people drowning on my island when they try to come snooping. Come on, are you a new hat? Tell me you're a new hat. Come on, come on. Nope, not a new hat. And see, I've got a dark section here. Wow, I'm glad we turned the creeper block damage thing off. Okay. So, anyways, as you guys know, a lot of times I use this magnet mode. I've been trying not to, because it kind of messes with my Botania stuff when I'm working on it. Let's see, throw those down there. And using the endo flames, you have to throw fuel down on them. And with the magnet on all the time, I just suck them right back up. So, part I wanted to show you, like I told you, I would make a trash can, which I have. See, it's simple: 3 stone, 5 cobblestone, a chest, which, you know, I've got plenty of. I got 104 of them. I opened up some loot bags. So, I ended up finding where I put my other golden bag of holding. It was inside my other golden bag of holding. Oh yeah, I made one of these. The exchangers, these things are just awesome. What I did was, because I have the resource with that awesome cobble generator, I got tired of using creative, and I was done with the wall. So I actually, the whole ceiling, after I made sure I had my pattern set the way I wanted it with the anti-blocks, I cobbled it all in. As you can see, I've fixed a few things. I don't have the holes for my water barrels anymore, which is fine. I got infinite pools, so just fill them by hand. And of course, I had to, come on, let me up there. Or don't let me up there. Come on, let me in. There we go. See, there's, yeah, mana glass up there. Again, these are here because not only do they look cool, but they also keep the water from spreading, because I just want the single block column. And of course, my non-functional portal. Yeah, with my other cheating. But I've got a way to make some of it legit. Okay, this is my Botania. It looks different than last time. I currently have my day and night blooms put up because I was using the end of flames. Made an altar, and I had to make a bunch of these different types of runes and stuff to make. Oh no, that one stays in there. To make other flowers. I was looking around. I was trying to find a way to get better mana generation, and this was after I already built my hydro gas, the water plants over here, and these are pretty good. I think the last time I emptied this was about 24 or so hours ago. So these do pretty good, and in about 24 to 30 or so hours, they will almost completely fill this mana pool. But I was looking for better ways, and I happened upon this video. I believe the tuber's name was Riskable. I will throw a link into his channel. He doesn't have very many Minecraft videos up yet, but they're almost all centered around Botania. And it was just a really cool video. The only bad thing is, what is that sound? Are those the, it could be the agricarnations, or my soul, yeah, or even the hopper hawk. But the version of Botania is slightly newer than the one we have. It has the hovering hourglass, which is not in this pack. So I had to figure out another way to do this. I built this farm exactly the way he did in his video, and like I said, I'll try to remember to put a link to that as like an annotation or a link in my description when I get done. And it works pretty good. The only problem is, see, that mana pool's full. We have a plugin here on the server called Clear Lag that doesn't like to play nice. It keeps killing my minecarts. And it will also cause the Botania spreaders to quit working. The only one that hasn't is this one. But I think that's because it's the redstone. Well, not having the hovering hourglass, sitting here trying to puzzle something out. I was thinking and just kind of distracting myself. I watched a few of this other person's videos, Riskable, I think, and I'm probably saying it wrong, and I'll double check it. I'll put it down in there. But he's a patron for the developer for Botania and is on their server, and he likes Indo Flames also, which, you know, if you have the right stuff, does generate a lot of mana. And he'd set up a group with a dispenser and everything, and he set as a funky little timer this setup here. Now I changed it a little bit. I'm dropping cobble. Oops, I didn't mean to. But he drops coal from this open crate onto the pressure plate into a repeater, which then, you know, comes up and gives power to the hopper. And as you know, a hopper won't distribute anything that's in it as long as it's receiving signal. So basically the way he had it set up is with the Indo Flames right near here, they would nab up the coal when they needed it, and when that happened, it allowed it to, see, and it does the signal through, and it triggers this open crate, drops another piece of coal, so ready for them to take. And of course, if it expires, you know, the normal drop timer, which is I think around 5 minutes, you know, of course it'll just drop another one, no big deal. Well, didn't have the hovering hourglass, so what I did after seeing that video, I was like, oh, that's, you know, really neat. That's a fairly steady 4 or 5 minute timer. That's how long it takes that one piece to. I was like, I'm gonna rework this and adapt it for my farm here, my potato mana farm, because can I? Oh yeah, good. I didn't break my. Excuse me. I apologize for that. My throat's been bothering me and it's a little dry. But I was like, well, without the hovering hourglass, he uses, which you can put sand and stuff in it to set your time, and when it reaches the end of the time, it sends a redstone pulse signal, which he uses to hit this redstone mana for the farm, which shoots a beam of mana into this drum of the wild. And when that happens, that causes all the potatoes planted to pop out of the ground, whether they're fully grown or not. And he has the agri-carnations there, you know, it has to be them. They act like a bone meal to help stuff grow faster. So I was like, well, you know, that's really cool, but I don't have the hovering thing, so, you know, how am I going to time this? And then I've been trying to figure out how to deal with the clear lag thing because it keeps killing my minecarts. I mean, I have the resources, I can make plenty more, but the thing that I keep losing is however many potatoes are in it disappear also, which is frustrating. Okay, I'm not even gonna bother letting those grow all the way because it's no big deal. But now, if you listen to the sound, I'll be here real quiet. Or actually, I can do it. I'll just turn on my magnet here for a second. That's so awesome. It pops out all the potatoes. And then this hopper hawk the way it's set up, and that's why the item frame is here in the chest, this hopper hawk takes its information from here, and it picks up all those potatoes that just got popped out of the ground, throws them in this chest, that goes into this hopper, and they're ready for when the cart comes around. Now, this line of redstone is to power these dispensers. I guess there's a tweak in Botania that allows dispensers to plant things like potatoes and carrots. So as the minecart goes around, when it's full, it hits these detector rails that sends a signal through, causes all the dispensers to fire. If there's already a potato here, it just throws it out here. Hopper Hawk picks it up. So you don't lose very many potatoes that way, which is actually pretty darn cool. And then of course these hoppers are here to slowly select potatoes out of that, which feeds into the furnace, into another open crate, which is dropped down to a Gormarillus. And that's actually what generates 90% of the mana that goes in here. I think some of the rest of it's generated by the Agra-carnations, I'm not sure. And then it also powers this Exoflame, which powers the furnace, which cooks the potatoes, because the Gormarillus will only eat food that's cooked or prepared or whatever. So, you know, it'll eat bread or cooked meat or cooked potatoes or probably just about anything from the Food Plus mod, which I haven't started yet. So the cart, here, let me, depending on how full it is, it'll stop over here. Oops. There we go. See, in action, it goes this way. And that's just because it slows down from the corner. And it stops there, and as you see, the potatoes, and once a certain amount reaches, it triggers this comparator, which changes the redstone signal here, which actually controls this hopper. Or not the hopper, what am I saying? That power rail right there. So once that's full enough, the comparator says, oh, signal's changed, throws it through all this, turns on that power rail, and then it shoots it down here. Now, if you'll see, I have hoppers right there that suck out the potatoes. Those hopper feeds into the dispensers. That redstone torch is there to keep that powered rail connected and working, so it's always getting power. And there's only 3 powered rails. That corner, the one that's under there, which I've controlled with this lever. And then we have 2 comparators over here. Now these are set up for these torches and the one repeater. The way he explained it, it turns off these hoppers if the minecart is not full enough, so it doesn't. So you get more potatoes going into the meat. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm probably butchering the description, and I'm not building it, but his video is awesome. I followed it. I just had to make slight changes because of my setup. He used a mana burst to light this all up. I haven't made one of those yet, so that's why there's all the regular torches. But it works great. The biggest problem is having my minecart disappear. So, alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and just because I'm not gonna be. Oh man, I wish they wouldn't do that. I mean, it's easy to put back together, but I'll just store it in there for now. Hopefully it'll still be there. Okay. Of course, now I'm just gonna leave that going. And our clear log, it gets rid of entities, so it'll break cobblestone like that. That's why I have it loaded up with cobblestone. I have an overabundance, so if I lose it, no big deal. And of course that pops everything out. Alright, so right now, this farm is turned off, which is nice. Try to do that on a server. So what I've been doing is I told you I figured out roughly how much glass it would take to make the walls. So I went ahead and did that. And I've been slowly converting in mana glass. So I've got about 6.5 chests left, I think. Yeah, 17 chests, diamond chests, full of mana glass. That is what I shall be destroying eventually. Now, I was hoping to have it done by the time I made this video, but yeah, no such luck. Of course, you know, I've got other series going on, and one of them was late because of an update that, you know, I had trouble getting downloaded, blah blah blah. You know. Okay, put that there, and then what I'm gonna do is, oh crud, I just thought something that's not gonna work. I want to insert it. Okay, I'll just do that. I was thinking that you can control the insert with the redstone, and it's not. It's actually the extraction. So, so once I get all these done, I'll show y'all, and then I will on camera turn it on. I'll flip this back around so that everything is in here, because this it gets destroyed. And I'll show you all this stuff. Actually, what I might do is go ahead and actually I will make the crystal chest upgrade for all of these, because it doesn't change the size, it just changes the look. And that way you can see, and we can stand here and watch them all go in. If I put speed upgrades into all this, it should empty pretty darn quick, if that can keep up. We'll find out. Yeah, another project I've been working on, I've been saying it for a while, is my ME system. And I set up the security, and I made my wireless terminal card, but I had to be really close to things. Well, not any longer. Ta-da! I now have wireless access to my ME system. Awesome! But it draws a whole ton of power. I mean, just absolutely insane how much power it takes. I know I've talked about upgrading my batteries that I use to store my energy in, and wow, it drained it. I had upgraded them all to 5 million each, so I've got like 100 million RF storage capability, and it sucked it all out. I mean, it was just wow. Okay, so what I was gonna do is show you guys here on camera, you know, so that you don't think I'm insane. We'll go ahead and make a magnet ring. Okay. Now what I did, because I've been spending a lot of time up here, you've got to put stuff together, I went ahead and maybe in our crafting station, stick it up here. Now, all this stuff in here, yeah, it looks like I cheated. I didn't. All this is from loot bags. The rest of this, I made this floral fertilizer, which, because I have the magical crops, I can make a regular Minecraft dye. 2 different colors, 2 each, like what I use, you put 1 bone meal, I use 2 yellow, 2 red, and it makes 1 floral fertilizer. Take the floral fertilizer and throw it on the grass like you would bone meal, and it creates the Botania flowers, which is just awesome. Yay, first mana lens ever. Okay, and then to make the magnetizing lens, iron and gold. So I gotta go in here. Luckily I actually have some. I had to go through and make a bunch of gold and stuff because, you know, off camera I've been making a lot of my hard drives, and I now only need 2 more. So how you... Yes, mana is magnetizing. Okay, and then the next step, get the ring, mana lens, 4 mana steel ingots. So there, click, 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 click. Ta-da! My very own ring of magnetization. So go here, go to baubles. Oops, forgot. Let's see. Let's go ahead and leave the ring of protection on. Yay! Look, I got fireworks right above my head. Oh no, I'm gonna catch on fire! Ah, run! I'm kidding. That doesn't really happen. Okay, let's put my Book of Britannia up, and then we'll put the Lesser Ring of Ender Disjunction in my Emmy. Alright, something else I wanted to go ahead and do is, I've seen a lot of people on the server who haven't used a plate interjects before, or they're not sure what to do, and I've been suggesting I got a lot of my information from, you know, people like Direwolf20 and, you know, some of the real big names when it comes to YouTube and doing stuff, and you know, they all explained it pretty awesome like, but I took a little bit, you know, they explained, and I kind of went from there. The only thing that I didn't get from those videos, and I'll find the link and hopefully I can put it in, is this contraption here. This is a inscriber auto machine, which every once in a while it'll get stuck, like when you have to make like a couple thousand, and it'll get stuck with 1 or 2 right here. Usually because it's not making enough of the silicone presses. So you just grab a piece of silicone, throw it in here, and it'll automatically whip it through, and it'll unstick your thing. Now, I finally figured out how to use that. See that this is my current process that I'm making all my patterns and everything. And I'm not going to stop it. Now, I found out. Now, I'm running all of this off of just one ME controller. And then here's one of my 2 ME hard drives, the other one's below it. So out of the top of this ME controller, here, let me go to the underside real quick so that you can see. There's my ME controller. And then, actually, this I'm going to be taking out. I thought I was going to have to put a wireless node in each of my corners high up and everything. And I don't have to now, so I'll be taking this out. I was trying to get another set of channels because each side can accept up to 32 channels, which is what the dense cable carries. So you see I have my ME controller there. Let's get in the water. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, no, I'm not drowning. And see, that's the cable that comes down. And then I have my crafting, there's the crafting coprocessor. And then I upgraded it a little while back. Can't remember if I did that on camera or not. I have 2 64K crafting storages on each of these. I see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. They're all set up exactly the same. Oh, darn it. I hate it when I do that. Mobs will spawn there if you don't reharness. Okay, see, there's the crafting storage. Then I have my coprocessor. And the reason why I went ahead and made a monitor, because I didn't want to add another processor. It wouldn't do anything. I didn't have quite enough resources to add another crafting storage. So I added the monitor. So now I can see on the other side exactly what's going on. Out of here, I use the dense cable to get all 32 channels. And I'm almost at that on this side. Let's see, well, that let me see it. No, it sure doesn't. There's a way to see it besides just in the what am I looking at? The lines or do it. Like, see, you can tell all those. I have 0 of 8 lines ready. So I guess that means I have 0 of 32 to use. But everything above here, all that is on 32 channels. So I have my crafting storage here, and you can get away with just doing a coprocessor and a crafting storage. The bigger it is, the bigger the projects, more recipes you can use. And you don't have to have the molecular assembler right there like I did. I did it because I thought it would be cool to be able to look into it from the water, but can't quite see it. So you have the molecular assembler there, and with it sitting here, that's where it gets its power. In order to put a recipe that'll actually work in the molecular assembler, see, it can only hold 1. Oh, I didn't realize I need to make some speed upgrades for these. Maybe that'll help. But each side, of course I'm getting power that way too, you can put an ME interface on. Now it can be the big block interface like that one, or it can be one of these multi-parts. And this is where the patterns are stored. Now you can directly put them in here, which is nice. Or if you go ahead and on your system, you got your crafting terminal. You don't have to have a crafting terminal, it's nice. You can look at your jobs from here. You can sort and you can select what you want to build from here, which is nice. But you also need an ME pattern terminal. This is what allows you to make these patterns, and you have access to everything so that you can. You have 2 ways of doing it. If it's a normal shaped or shapeless craft, you know, like say you want to take wood and turn it into planks. Okay, put it here. It shows you what kind of planks you're going to make. You're like, awesome. Okay, you have to have blank patterns here. You go click. There you go. There's your pattern. And it also allows you, if you hook machines up that don't have specific patterns, you click that, turns it to the furnace. Now you have to know exactly what you're doing. And I had the hardest time with this. Like the one that was in here. An ender pearl. You stick here. Well, it doesn't do anything. Okay, what am I doing with the ender pearl? Well, you can do lots of things with it depending on the recipe. Well, at the time, I needed ender dust, which you can only get from an ender pearl that you either pulverize or sag mill or something else like that. So you go, okay, you take an ender pearl, it goes through the machine, turns it into ender dust. You have it on processing pattern. Click. There you go. Now it tells you create 1 ender dust with 1 ender pearl. Awesome. And then if you make a mistake, you just throw it back in a crafting table and it'll turn it back into a blank pattern. That's why I'm doing these. I forgot I have to hit escape to get out. Alright, so that's what the pattern terminal for, is making them. This one up here, the ME interface terminal, is actually used to control all of your machines and all of your molecular assemblers. Now mind you, I have 4 molecular assemblers with 3 ME interfaces each. So that's why I have molecular assembler 12. Okay. Now I also have other things in here that are just machines. This ME interface 2 with these encoded patterns, That is that block right there. This is the ME interface that creates its own little network that causes these inscribers to work. And again, hopefully I'll remember to, I will find that link. It was a Reddit post. So it's not a video, makes it harder, but it's still, with all the pictures and everything, it works awesome. The guy did a great job of with his post. So I have two of these. And the other one is, let's see, I've got one there. I'm gonna fly down here. There's my second one. Oh, okay, there's my second drive. See, I've got a group of drives there and another one up there. And that's just my energy acceptor, which gets power from my capacitor banks, which get from my steam turbines. And I have a second one over here because, yeah, I'm using a lot of juice right now. And I don't know if I want to go to big reactors yet. Alright, so this ME interface controls both of my inscriber makers. Now you can also add other machines on here, but you have to have, like right here, very top, active ultimate furnace. Let's go to him. Alright, I wasn't even sure I could do this at first. It took me a while to figure this one out because everybody else used regular furnaces. But as you see, here's the top of my dense cable. And then, of course, I've got my crafting stuff over here. There's my molecular assembler. Again, with 3 MEs on it. This is my security. Yay. Oh, come on, let me out. And then there's my wireless access point. Now, the furnace I put there. As you can see, I've got it hooked up. It's normal. I'm using blaze rods as fuel because I can make them. Now, like with most furnaces, you extract everything from here. So we have to use an ME import bus, which uses its own channel. And I have 4 acceleration cards in it because this furnace smelts and cooks stuff so fast. A normal ME import bus cannot handle it. So I had to speed it up. And it's still sometimes laggy. Or lags the system, not lags the server. And then on the back, we have the export bus. Now, these names are, to me, they've always seemed backwards. Import bus means importing into the ME system. Export means taking out of, not, exporting from here. So on the back, this is how I get my fuel to the ultimate furnace. We have an export bus, no upgrades, and a filter for just blaze rods. So that means only blaze rods will ever, see, take them out, throws them right back in. Alright, that's how it is with most furnaces. Either the side or the back puts fuel down here, which is actually pretty spiffy. I'm glad that the Magical Crops holds to that. Now on the top is where I have another ME interface. So just for this, I've got 3 machines. That's 3 channels going through here. That's a lot, but it helps. Here's the ME interface, which, down there shows active ultimate furnace. Here's the patterns in it. Alright, ME interfaces have 2 purposes. They can hold patterns, so we know, like this one, creates 1 glass with 1 sand. So it knows I can order up glass, and it knows to send it up here. Same with making silicon or pure Certus quartz crystals. But under normal circumstances, if you didn't do anything else, it would only put them in one at a time, which is just way too slow for this furnace. So you use this part of the configuration up here. Okay, this is your actual product, so you can pull it out. You can even put, stuff back in there. It goes right back into the ME system. And it will keep exporting until. Now see, the thing is up here, these are your filters. Now I've already set that up for 64 sand there. So it always puts up to the maximum of 64 if it's available. Same with the Certus quartz crystal and the quartz dust. See, I can grab it. Now, you can't just do that. You either already have to have a stack, or you put it there. See, and you keep your, just like when you make patterns. And it goes, okay, give me one blaze rod. Okay, gives you one blaze rod. Okay, now you get two. Okay, I want two. Click it, now two show up. Now you can do this. This is a really long way of doing that, or you can just throw them back in there. And if you left click that again, it disappears. So you want to set that up so that those are at the max if you're using something like this furnace. And that's how it works. That's how it shows up in the ME system. Here's more patterns. So that's basically how you add a machine. Now you can add other machines too. I don't have anyone on that level. Should have gone down one more. But like here, I've added in a sag mill. Now the thing is, because these are both from other mods, they don't get power from the ME. So that's why I have the Ender IOs to a battery and my solar generators. And the sag mill, just like with Ultimate Furnace, you've got to set up things just right. Oops. Darn it. See, I only have two inputs on it. I have power coming from the back because I haven't figured out to pull it from the ME, which is perfectly fine. On the bottom, we have an ME import bus, and I only have two acceleration cards in it because this is fairly slow. And then on the top, we have the ME interface. And again, here's my patterns, and here's the items that I crush or cut. And right now it's doing Certus quartz ore. And it's actually running pretty quick with the octadic capacitor. But my power's getting low. I bet you. Yep. Oh, that's full, so as soon as night comes. Those are kind of weak. I'll leave it. It'll slow down my system, but that's basically how you add machines. And you can add other machines to your auto crafting. Basically, you figure out what the machine needs. ME interface holds your patterns, imports your items into it. You use an import bus to take things out of your machine and put them into your ME. And then you supply power, whether you have to use something like this or it will pull it directly from the ME. The same thing with these here in your molecular assembler. Now these molecular assemblers can accept up to 6 ME interfaces. Problem is, you can only use 5 faces, which means 5 ME interfaces, because you got to give it power somehow. So, and that's pretty much my ME system. Now I'm going to start referring people to this video. I know I've been kind of long-winded, and this is almost an hour-long video with everything else. But it really, I really like, sometimes I like showing off stuff, and I've seen a lot of people asking about it, and I don't allow very many people onto my island because I do record here, and this is my private area, and because I do record now, that's why I tell everybody, go watch my videos. Well, it was suggested to me by CJ Dan, shout out to you there, buddy, that I should do a video every once in a while, updating everybody with what I've been doing on my island. And this is pretty much what I've been doing. I've been streamlining my ME system, get my drives up. See, I only have 3 more to finish making, but I'm in the process of making one right now. But I'm just waiting for this Certus quartz crystal to be turned into pure. As you can see, I've got stored 1, scheduled 38. Oh, and see, as it goes green, and these mean they're stored. It doesn't need to make any. Yellow means some need to be made. Green means working on it right now. So if you sit here and watch, they'll all, as you get what you need, these will pop and change, and the numbers will change and all that. And of course, I can cancel it. And from this little crafting, you can get this from any of your ME windows, even that wireless access point. You click here, and then you can click this button, and that will change which CPU if you have more than one. Now, what I did off camera is I worked on these. These are what you need. You have to have the security thing to get a wireless terminal to connect to your ME system. And of course, to make it, here, so I can pull up the recipes easier. Alright, you need the wireless receiver, which you make with iron ingots, quartz fiber, and a Fluix pearl, which you make this way. So I've got recipes for those. And then you need one of those, you need an ME terminal, and then you have to create a dense energy cell. You put those together to get your wireless terminal. Then you have to hook up, and you have to have a channel free. You need an ME wireless access point. It's this crazy looking thing here, which is ME glass cable, calculation processor, and that wireless receiver. And you put that on, and when you first, and you have to put your wireless terminal here into the security. It goes here, and it encodes it to you, so only you can use it, and it works on your ME system. And then you put this thing in. Now, when you put on just the wireless access point, that's all the further you get 17, 18 blocks away, you can't access your ME anymore. It says wireless signal not available. It also tells you it's very little RF. So you need to make these wireless boosters. This is how you make it. See, that's what I needed the ender dust for. And you get 2 of these for each of them. And you take these in, and you put it in here. For each one, here, there we go. I'll take one, stick it in there. You get an extra little bit out of it. So it takes up to 17, 18.8. And it's kind of exponential. It's like the more you add, the bigger it gets. See, with 3 of them, you're at 21 blocks. Put in 6, you figure you should only get 3 more blocks, right? Nope, it takes it up to the 30. So it's an exponential. Well, I figured out I need 31 total wireless boosters to reach every nook and cranny of my island. That's a range of 188.6 meters, and it uses 343.16 redstone flex signal per tick. That's where all my power is going. So if you do build one of these, either use a dense cable from one side of your ME controller to run a network and put nodes all over the place. It's more expensive because these cables are not cheap. I'm not sure if you can use the other ones. I just prefer to use dense and smart cables because you can color them, and you can see how many channels you're using on each one, so you can easily tell if you've gone over. So there might be a cheaper way of extending your wireless. Well, it's more expensive, but for power-wise, it's cheaper. Whereas this way, it's cheaper on resources, but it's more expensive on power, which is no big deal for me right now because I'm not using that much. I've got my farming stations for magic crops and my trees, and my ME system. That's about it. I haven't gotten into much else. Just a few machines, the pulverizer and the smelter to make some of the stuff I need. Here, I even brought my bioreactor back out. Oh, it's out. It's out of juice. Just to help supplement what I was making, because I'm not sure what I'm going to do for power yet. These were great, and I'll probably still keep them this way, but I'll probably use them as a secondary system. But yeah, even the lava fabricator and the fluid transposer are more than keeping up with 4 steam boilers. So, especially once these two finally got up to temperature. So, yeah, they create plenty of juice, but right now it's working. But you can see it spike back and forth. And right now, if this was running full bore, which it's not right now, see it's out of juice. My ME system would actually fluctuate. I've got it set just right, just enough of these. It doesn't overpower my capacitors too much. It'll drop down to about half or so, which is okay. Let's see. There we go. I have a total of 125 million RF. And before I figured out that I needed another bank of those, this was dead because of all the wireless boosters. So, yeah, lots of fun. I need to find a better farm. I did finally get all of these things back inside. Look at that. Now how I did it? I broke down and I made a golden lasso. Golden lasso. See, I'll even show you. You can grab something and you look. See, it tells you holding fluid cow and lets you put it back down. It's reusable. Awesome little thing from Extra Utilities. And there's the recipe for it. So it's pretty cheap, just gold nuggets, string. The hardest part's the ender eye, but if you get lucky from loot bags, you can get ender pearls and blaze powder to make them, which is just awesome. Wow, I don't know if you guys saw that, but I hit the F11 instead of backspace and shrunk my screen. I couldn't see. So, and somehow Kevin the Evil Cow now has a clone. Yeah, so that's another reason why I've been avoiding this area. I'm afraid they'll team up and throw me over the side. And I don't see the chicken anymore. I think they killed the chicken. Oh, no, there he is. Yeah, you better hide. Kevin is an evil cow. He just, yeah. Of course, my 2 pigs. I thought I had 3. Wait a minute, I think I killed and ate one. I was hungry. So, I know I said I was going to be going to the Nether soon. I had plans for that, but because of the dimensional error problems that we're having, instead of my portal when I went through it being far enough away that wouldn't cause issues, that neighbor over there, I forget which neighbor that is, when they got their portal set up and made with Rogue's help, it put them right on top of mine. And of course, when you go through the portal, it doesn't take you back to your island. It takes you to our spawn world. So we're looking into that problem. We're hoping that we can have it fixed without having to reset. But we're also hoping eventually Bacon Donuts and Wild will have SkyFactory 2.5 running. And I think I did it on camera, but I forgot. I purposely made this shovel silky so I could pick up this stuff. And you know what? I forgot I had the darn thing. So I now have a silky gem ready to be put on another tool. Oh yeah, that's right. I have the magnetism now. So now with the silky, I can finally pick up my cursed earth and quit having to worry about spiders over here. And of course, one's going to show up and try eating my head. Alright. Really? Are you that blind? Silly spider. Okay. So, on that note, on the fact that I was already a little bit dry and kind of a sore throat, I'm now even drier and sore. You know, I hate being rude, and I figure while I'm on camera, you know, I'm basically, even though I'm not having a direct conversation with you, my viewers, my inmates, my lovely, intrepid, inquisitive, intelligent inmates, I feel like I'm having a conversation. It'd be kind of rude to just, you know, take a drink, you know, right there without, you know, letting you know what's going on or that kind of stuff. So I figured, you know, I try to keep my video. Oh, crudsickles! I can't believe I just did that. And why aren't you picking up? Come on. Oh, there. I was stuck. Yeah, I love that Traveler's Glove for speed, but man, if I don't watch it, you know, what am I doing? Vein Miner! I always forget I have it. Alright, there we go. And for now, I think I'm gonna go ahead. Got a little fight. I don't really need this bridge anymore. Because if I, you know, if I really need to do another ritual, which I don't do much with the unstable ingots. Oops. Didn't mean to take out that barrier. I don't really need this out here. Now, I do still need this over here, though. Keep meaning to come out here, because this is my wither killing room. Now, something else. I'll just say this at the end. I've seen a few withers get loose. So everyone, please lock up your withers before you summon them and take them out. So, well, with that said, remember, this is Minecraft. It's just a game. So, have fun, build big, and most of all, behave. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for joining my long-winded explanation of everything, and I hope it helps somewhere along the lines. So, with all that, this is LittleMan saying goodbye. Goodbye.